Hello, I'm Simona Balan with the Safer Consumer Products SCP program at the California Department of Toxic Substances Control. Welcome to our series of training videos on complying with priority product regulations. See the full list of videos on the SCP training materials webpage or in the YouTube description. In this module, we will clarify who has a duty to comply with a priority product regulation. When DTSC lists a priority product in regulation, certain responsible entities have a duty to comply. But which responsible entities? Might you be one? If so, what actions do you need to take? This brief training will address those questions so you can understand whether this applies to you and your company. As a reminder, a priority product is defined in the SCP regulations as a specific product containing one or more specific chemicals of concern. Let's start with a definition of responsible entity. The SCP regulations define the responsible entities for a given priority product to include manufacturers, importers, assemblers, and retailers. However, not all responsible entities have the same duty to comply. The primary duty to comply falls on priority product manufacturers. Once a priority product listing is finalized, manufacturers have 60 calendar days to submit a priority product notification or PPN using DTSC's information management system, CalSafer. The PPN submission is fairly quick and straightforward. It mainly consists of your contact information and a list of all priority products manufactured by your company and available for sale in California, including products you manufacture as a white label for another brand. Each manufacturer should submit only one PPN that includes all of its products that meet the definition of a priority product. The PPN submission starts the compliance workflow. Once the PPN is submitted, and no later than 180 days after the effective date of the regulation, each manufacturer must submit additional documentation, such as a preliminary alternatives analysis report. The next module in this training describes this menu of options for compliance in detail, so be sure to check that out if you are a priority product manufacturer. Manufacturers are also responsible for implementing any regulatory responses issued by DTSC for this priority product based on the results of the alternatives analysis. So, all priority product manufacturers whose products are sold in California need to comply with the priority product listing. But who is considered a manufacturer? According to the SCP regulations, manufacturer means any person who manufactures a priority product available for purchase in California, including online, or any person who controls the manufacturing process for the product or specifies the use of chemicals to be included in the product. All priority product manufacturers, regardless of whether they are based within or outside the US, have a duty to comply if their products are available for sale in California. In most cases, manufacturers whose products do not contain a chemical of concern are not responsible entities and do not need to take any action. For example, when DTSC listed as a priority product carpets and rugs containing per or polyfluoroalkyl substances or PFASs, manufacturers whose products did not contain PFASs as of the effective date of the regulations did not need to take any action. The only exception is when DTSC issues an alternatives analysis threshold or AAT as part of the priority product regulation. In that case, all manufacturers of that product type may need to comply by demonstrating that the concentration of the chemical of concern in their product is below the threshold set by DTSC. If an AAT is issued for your product, please refer to the AAT training module for more information. One more important point. As I mentioned earlier, the definition of manufacturer includes those who specify the use of chemicals to be included in the priority product. This means that in some cases, multiple entities along the supply chain may be considered manufacturers for the purpose of compliance. For instance, DTSC listed treatments containing PFASs for use on converted textiles or leathers as a priority product. This regulation covers aftermarket treatment products for use on textiles or leathers, such as carpets, furniture, clothing, shoes, etc., if they contain any PFASs. The companies that manufacture these treatment products are considered manufacturers and thus responsible entities for this regulation. However, some treatment product manufacturers purchase their PFAS ingredients from other companies that keep the exact formulation a trade secret and do not disclose the identity of the specific PFASs in the product, such as the chemical formula or the Chemical Abstract Services CAS number. These suppliers have control over the chemistry and, in essence, specify which PFASs are used in the treatment product. Therefore, these suppliers are also considered priority product manufacturers that have a duty to comply under the SCP regulations. Now, where do the other types of responsible entities fit in? Well, importers, assemblers, and retailers bear responsibility when manufacturers fail to comply. If DTSC finds that a manufacturer has failed to comply with the priority product listing and its products containing the chemical of concern continue to be available for sale in California, DTSC may place the manufacturer on its failure to comply list. If the product is imported, DTSC will then notify the importers that they now have a duty to comply. Importer means a person who brings or arranges to bring a priority product into the United States for the purpose of placing the product into the stream of commerce in California. Importer does not include a person who imports a product solely for use in that person's workplace if that product is not sold or distributed to others. Importers can choose to submit a PPN and follow the same compliance workflow as the manufacturers, or they can submit a cease ordering notification, attesting that they have stopped ordering and placing the non-compliant product in the California stream of commerce. The cease ordering notification must be submitted no later than 90 days after DTSC provided the notice. If the product is not imported, or if it is and the importer fails to comply as well, DTSC will notify assemblers, if any, and retailers that the manufacturer or importer has been placed on the failure to comply list. In that case, the duty to comply will fall on the assemblers and retailers. Assembler means any person who fits, joins, puts, or otherwise brings together components to create, repair, refurbish, maintain, or make non-material alterations to a priority product. Retailer means a person to whom a priority product is delivered or sold for purposes of sale or distribution to a consumer. Note that this definition includes distributors that sell or distribute directly to consumers. Assemblers and retailers must submit a PPN or a cease ordering notification attesting that they have stopped ordering and placing the non-compliant product in the California stream of commerce no later than 90 days after DTSC provided the notice. To summarize, if you manufacture or control the manufacturing process for a priority product sold in California, you are a priority product manufacturer. If you specify the use of the chemical of concern in a priority product manufactured by someone else and sold in California, you are also considered a priority product manufacturer under the SCP regulations. The same is true if you manufacture trade secret chemical mixtures that contain the chemical of concern and are used in a priority product sold in California. If you do none of the above, but you package, label, or make any other non-material alterations to a priority product, you are a priority product assembler. If you do none of the above, but you import a priority product into California, you are a priority product importer. If you do none of the above, but you sell or distribute a priority product directly to consumers in California, you are a priority product retailer. Otherwise, you are not a responsible entity under the SCP regulations. Please keep in mind that not all responsible entities have the same duty to comply under the SCP regulations. Once DTSC lists a priority product, manufacturers have the primary duty to comply. If you are a domestic or foreign manufacturer of a priority product available for sale in California, it is your responsibility to submit a priority product notification within 60 days of the effective date of the regulation and to take subsequent steps such as conducting an alternatives analysis or choosing one of the other options described in our other training modules. If you are a priority product importer, assembler, or retailer, you only need to take action if DTSC places a priority product manufacturer on the failure to comply list and notifies you. In that case, the duty to comply with the SCP regulations will shift downstream to you. We hope this information is useful and helps clarify your responsibility. For further details, please refer directly to our SCP regulations webpage, where you can find more information about the SCP regulations and a link to the regulations themselves. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to contact us at saferconsumerproducts@dtsc.ca.gov and join our e-list to stay informed on upcoming regulations, events, and workshops. Also, check out our other training modules in this series to learn more about the different options for complying with the Safer Consumer Products regulations. Thank you.